We're here. We're doing this. We're going to take a little bike ride today. We're going to go along the Lakeshore Trail. And I got a couple things I want to discuss. Definitely developments on the Cubs, playing the Pirates today in Pittsburgh. We'll go over that a little bit. And we got the Chicago Bears. Planning on going live until about 9 a.m. Gonna find a place to hunker down, start work. But figured this morning was beautiful enough for a bike ride, so we're gonna do that. But yeah, I don't want that to jog around too much here. Little bands on there. Hopefully that doesn't hit any buttons. Okay. Nice and secured. So yeah, let's go for a little ride here. I'm gonna be in the street for most of the time, so I might miss some of your comments. Feel free to repeat something if I take a little too long to get to you. No worries here, it's just a casual little stream. Yeah, I think that's all the housekeeping notes I got. Let's get going. So starting off a little bit north of the lakefront trail, so we got to go down south a little bit. I'm going to keep the stream on my face for the beginning part, kind of a little bit close. So I want to make weirdos trying to see who and where I am, you know. But I started a little after I pedaled a little bit, went on a little bit of a journey before I started recording, so make it a little harder for the haters out there. Don't want to get doxxed. But yeah, I think it's fair to say, I think I've mentioned this before on stream or in life on some YouTube channel. I do live up and around Rogers Park. Beautiful, diverse neighborhood up in the north part of Chicago. Just south of Evanston. Northwestern University is in Evanston. Loyola University in Rogers Park. So not too far from that university. Devon Street's just a little bit to the south. The main strip on Devon, a little bit to the west. South and west. And on Devon Street, that's sometimes referred to Little India, Little Pakistan. But hope you have a big appetite when you go by, because that food is great. Oh my gosh. Looks like we're starting a little slow. No one's in the stream yet. Obviously, it's early in the morning. Might get some East Coasters waking up early. Might get some West Coasters before they go to sleep. Let's see what we got here. But yeah, I just enabled mobile streaming on this channel. So I figured I'd take you along for this ride. Going uphill a little bit. I'm not that out of shape. This hill's just a little in shape, if you know what I mean. Whew. Great exercise. All right. Going on a busier road here, so I might have to pay a little bit more attention. Here early in the morning. He's got one of those e-bikes going a little faster than I am. You will always use your hand signals, boys and girls and boys, and anyone non-binaries. We love for the non-binary. Hell yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Sunrise is going to be about 5:34 today. So hopefully get you out by the lake before then. So you can see one of those beautiful Lake Michigan sunrises. Got the green light ahead. So we're going to power on through. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now I think it's safe enough to say where I'm at this point. Just parked past Ashland, past Clark as well over there. Now, thing about Rogers Park is you gotta get down to south to Hollywood before you can pick up the Lakeshore path there. So I got a little bit of ways to go before it's just bicycle traffic and I'm in the street. The name of the game, little speed bump there. The name of the game is to avoid Sheridan as much as you can. There's usually 3 or 4, at least 1 or 2, but I think last year was 3 or 4 bicycle fatalities on Sheridan. So definitely want to stay on the back roads, the back streets, as long as you can to avoid that major traffic, especially this time of day. A lot of people trying to get on LSD, not the drug, for all those who aren't from Chicago, and they're trying to get to work. They're trying to hurry up and beat that rush hour traffic right now. It's a little calm probably, but in about 15-30 minutes there'll be in some traffic there, eh? So they're rushing, they're speeding. Not the safest for a bicycler like me, but the alternative is they tear up some beachfront. I don't really know how they could do it, actually, now that I think about it. The alternative is some massive infrastructure project to get a bike lane along the river near Sheridan. Way back in the 50s, 60s, there was talk of incorporating Lakeshore Drive into the interstate highway system. Sorry for my cadence of my voice. I know it's kind of annoying, but I do need to breathe, getting some allergies going. Got my nose clogged up, so I'm gonna be talking like that for a little bit. But there was some talk about putting LSD into the interstate highway system and tearing up a bunch of houses, apartment buildings along Sheridan to do so. Which is, it's beautiful lakefront property. Some of it's beaches, some of it's condos and apartments, a couple schools along the path. So I'm glad that didn't happen. Lakeshore Drive remains a US Highway 41, and it's still pretty navigable for cars. You can take 41, which turns in Peterson, and then connects you back to the 94, Interstate 94. So motorists didn't really lose on that. Yeah, it's a little bit more, it's not a consistent highway the whole way. So mea culpa on that, I guess. Or Eisenhower culpa, I don't know, whatever you want to say. But I'm glad that it is the way it is, and I grew up to see it like this. There's a lot of beautiful cities in America where you're not as can't be as grateful, can't be as lucky as the beautiful system in Chicago. So shouts out to all the advocates out there from 1950s that preserved it, kept it that way. Got another speed bump here, and there's a car behind me, but that's okay. They see me, they're giving me some room. Try to accelerate for them, even though red light. Kind of waste a little bit of my energy to make their day go smoother, you know? That's the Chicago way. Okay, here we go. Can I got my foot on hydrant? Hell yeah. Whew. Kind of cramping up here a little bit. Might have to take the coat off. Had a huge chug of coffee, not a lot of water. Not a good combo, but we'll be okay. We'll be okay. Coming up on Devon Street now. Pretty soon here we're going to be on the lake. And I'll flip the camera so you can see. Let's see what time it is. Sun just came up. It's looking beautiful out there. And we're about to get off and running again. Here we go. Ooh, I gotta get this, I got some slipping gears here. I'm gonna have to get that checked out. But that's a future problem for Bleacher Guy. Lots of cyclists out right now. Love to see it. Not a lot. I've seen more bicycles along my path than I have cars. Beautiful sight. But yeah, I'm going to try to get down to the museum campus before 8 o'clock. Talk about the Bears deal. This new stadium they're trying to get Chicago to pay for. A little preview of my sentiment on the whole operation there. But we'll save the rest of that talk for when we get down there. Never really timed myself. I have a little bit of a time crunch this morning, so hopefully we can get close enough to the site of Soldiers Field and the new stadium, so it's a little bit of have a nice backdrop for the conversation. Ooh. Here we are. Going down south. Oh, another speed bump. Woo! Woo! Took that one a little too fast. Hopefully you're okay. Didn't get any whiplash on that. Yeehaw. If anyone's curious, I'm not taking a Bibby, taking a personal bike. So I do care about the suspension a little bit. It's like having a rental car. You don't really, it's not really a problem. You don't really care. Head east a little bit more. Coming around the area where we're going to get on that lakeshore path. And from there, oh, speed bump. Whew. From there, things are a little bit smoother. No speed bumps. No cars. Less danger. More fun. Automatic. Scenery will be even better. Got the lake. Although these houses I'm passing by aren't shabby either. Actually, I might turn the camera around here pretty soon. Actually, next time I stop, I will. There we go. Oh. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of that view. I'll adjust it a little bit more once we keep on going. I did navigate myself to a busier street, so I'm just gonna be a little more quiet as I focus on having a safe ride here. The lake is looking beautiful. Once we get a little bit closer, I'll turn the camera that way. Right now, going down Broadway, I actually caught a car going about 40. I was about to say, thought I activated the speed warning thing there. Now that guy's going 40. You can see why it's a little dangerous out here. But we're very visible. The sun's up. We're in bright colors, bright cubby blue. Should be okay. dramatic. So while we're here and we're talking, kind of been waiting for one person to join, maybe start a dialogue. Don't know what this car's doing. Definitely give some space there. Right there, we'll find behind me. All right. But yeah, I'm kind of watching the numbers here. Don't see anyone joining yet, so I'll hold off talking about what I want to talk about until we get like one person in. I want to make it a dialogue. Don't want to just be talking to myself, although I'm pretty good at that, as you might have already gathered. All right, where are we coming up on now? It's about, okay, we're up on Hollywood here. We're just gonna make a left when safe. There's our chance. Fortunately, camera's a little too low for you to catch that red line going to 95th. Beautiful view. But you're gonna start getting, oh, there we go. You can hear it maybe. Should have just done that earlier. But you can see the sun's coming up on Lake Michigan, and it's a beautiful day. Here in the world's finest city, Chicago, Illinois. 60601 through 60647 zip codes. As you can see, there's Hollywood, made famous in the song Lakeshore Drive. I always forget how to get on the path here. I think I actually need to be on the other side of the road, so we're gonna walk the bike for a little bit pretty soon here. Here in Chicago. Let's see what we got. That guy didn't like my crossing. What can I say? Oops, sorry, right? Yeah, I'll do that sun wall. Oh, y'all are waiting for this light. I'm waiting for this light. Here we are on Sheridan, Hollywood, Lakeshore Drive. The Sauble Lakeshore Drive. As they renamed it. Time, everything's fine in the morning time. Tomorrow's another day. Lakeshore Drive. I should have crossed that street while I had the chance, but it's okay. Nice leisurely bike ride this morning for all y'all watching. There's some work on Lakeshore Drive, as the sign says. We're not worried about that. We're not taking the bike ride. As we should on a beautiful morning like this morning. All those people in cars in the surroundings. Start my cross. Here we go. There we go. Now we're going to start it. I think I thought that this is the way you could start it, but I've always gone down a little further south on previous journeys on this road, this little bike path here. So if I get stuck, I get stuck. But you know, when you're taking a journey like this, you're never really stuck. You just discover new places, as some might say. Planes are starting to file into ORD, O'Hare International Airport. If you weren't sure why I wore the hat, that's why I wear the hat. That's the north side of Chicago Airport. Got that hat in Cubs colors. All right, let's pull off here. We're gonna show you some of this beautiful sunrise today. Here we go. Sunrise on the lake, boys and girls and non-binary folk. If you like baseball, we're in. Here we go. Beautiful sunrise along the lake. All those people who say Chicago ain't this, Chicago ain't that. How many cities have freshwater views like that, baby? Chicago. Ooh, might have misjudged this path here. It's a little bit of sand. That's okay. We don't have the sturdiest of tires, but I think we got enough to get the job done, get back on the path. Let's find out. If not, I can go a little slow. Ooh, that's some thick mud, boy. Woo! Oh man, it's gonna be a beautiful day here in Chicago. Started off a little chilly, around 50 degrees, but should warm up to 60, 70 degrees. Beautiful sunshine, with a little bit of clouds, but it'll be okay. Today in Chicago. Look at this view. Automatic. Here we go. Now we're gonna get back on the path, get some going. You know what I'm saying? Get some going. You know what I'm saying? Get some going. You see that Lakeshore Drive there? Now we're gonna get the sand off our tires. Get on some clean asphalt here. Oh yeah, Chicago. Get the pedal to the metal. Lakeshore Drive, Lakeshore Ride. Here we go, guys. For all y'all on the Pelotons at home. Whoa, squirrel. Oh, death wish there. Luckily, I'm a skilled bicycle driver. Squirrels are safe in my domain. Here on Lakeshore Drive, Lakeshore Ride. Now, that road you see right across on the right, that is Lakeshore Drive. Closest lanes are the northbound lanes. Further lanes behind the foliage, southbound lanes. In America's most beautiful city, Chicago, Illinois, 60601 through 60647, 312-773. Well, let's put the 708s and the 815s in there too. Oh, the geese aren't liking my yelling. Well, they can keep on honking. So I'm gonna keep on bonking. Woo! I'm animated. Let's go. Let's see what we got here. Lakeshore Drive, America's premier city in America. Best road in America. No matter what they say. There's no road just like it anywhere I found. Running south on Lakeshore Drive. Friday morning, trouble bound. Woo! And I might need to put some air in these tires real quick. That means we might have to pull off. I'll get you a good view while we do that, though. Let's see where we got. Oh, this looks nice. Let's see, no one behind me. Just gonna slide on up on these basketball courts. Get these tires all aired up. Whew. There we go. Enjoy that view. I'm gonna throw some air in these tires. Just pan around for you. That's north, east, the sun, and south. Sun coming up nicely this morning. Oh shoot, okay. I've actually got to plan this out a little bit better. Get the camera to face the sun. Give that good morning view. Good morning, America. How are ya? Say, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the lake they call the Lake of Michigan. These lyrics are kind of getting a little away from me. Might have to take off my jacket actually too while I'm dismounted. Ugh. It is a It's a little chilly, but a little hot. Got a bunch of layers on. Thought it would be a lot colder than it actually is. Luckily, I was going to wear my big winter coat. Luckily, I didn't fool myself like that. I knew I wanted layers instead of one big layer. That's a big commitment to make when you only have one layer. You can only take off so much at that point. When you have multiple layers, you can customize it. Hey, everybody. Fill these tires. Didn't fill these tires before because honestly, I wanted to get out there for it. Ooh, got sweat rolling down my eyes. Sweat rolling down my whatever. Ugh. Ah, watch out. This might be a little shaky while I fill these tires. Oh, that's perfect right there. Nice firm, not too firm, but firm. That's how we like our tires inflate. Let's get you back. Sunshine views. So for anyone just joining in, the name is BleacherGuyORD. We do cover mostly Cubs in the summer. Might transfer over to Bears. Still deciding if I want to be a Bears fan this season. I've been a Bears fan my whole life, but kind of a Justin Fields fan more than anything at this point. Personally, I think they should have held on to him, at least through the contract extension period. I think he's going to have a fantastic year in Pittsburgh. Saw some news about him maybe being a kick returner. Not sure what that's all about. Hopefully he gets some reps and sets in as a QB. I think he's got a lot of potential. Was wasted in the Bears with Nagy and Eberflus's lack of willingness to really come up with a plan that would make him shine. But I know that sounds like a lot of cope. Like I'm a stan. Just rooting for somebody who maybe doesn't deserve it. I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. So put in the comments, put in the chat. If you disagree with my assessment, you think Bears will be better off with Caleb Williams. I don't know. I'm just a little skeptical. I mean, what is this? Been 70 years worth of bad quarterbacks for the Bears? I don't know. You want to tell me that now all of a sudden they can actually develop a quarterback? I don't think Caleb Williams is a bad guy. I think he's got a lot of skill, a lot of raw talent. So did Justin Fields. So did Jay Cutler. I'm not going to say the same about Rex Grossman, but hey, Kyle Orton. But the problem is the Bears just don't really know how to develop talent at the QB position. And until they do that, I don't think they should be drafting these young guys. I don't think they're going to really do much with it. That's just my opinion. Who am I? I'm not one of the NFL elites. Thinks they know everything. I don't. Just a casual fan. Been watching the Bears since, I don't know when, since 97, I guess. And I'm just not too optimistic about the whole prospects that we got here. I want to take the more scenic path, but honestly, I don't think my tires can handle it right now. So I'm going to go the trusty asphalt path. Marked bike lane. Beautiful weather out here today. Beautiful day in Chicago. Hope y'all are enjoying the ride. So this is around the area where they would do that, they call it Friday Morning Swim Club. Fun fact about that, it was never a sanctioned event with the park district because they never had lifeguards. When it was outside of lifeguard hours, people would do it from 5 to 8 a.m., going into 9 a.m. And the people who organized it were just some people on Facebook. Thought it would be a good idea. Luckily, no one ever drowned. There was no real incidents that I know of, at least. If I'm wrong, put it in the comments below the chat. No real incidents. But Park District said they were going to clamp down on it. Organizers were going to get fined. They said, okay, we're not going to do it. There's always been threats of arrest as well, too. I don't know if that's what happened. Organizers said, hey, don't do it. A lot of chatter about people doing it anyways without the organizers. Might take a look over there, see how it's going this morning. Water's also frigid this time of year, so that might also be a factor. We'll see. But we'll take a little stand by, see if it's active. Yeah, Lawrence, this is the way to it. Let's take a little trip, see what we can find. Don't really see anything going on in chat. I'll just keep the narration going, you know, just in case someone stops by. Don't want them to think this is a silent live stream. Definitely a lot to talk about today. Bears news, Cubs news, Chicago news. If there's a topic you want me to discuss, throw that in the chat. We'll get to that as well. It doesn't have to be Chicago related, sports related. It's whatever. It's a Friday morning. You know what they say in the Marine Corps? Grab your socks and grab your pet rocks. Not in the Marine Corps, so if that's wrong, someone please correct me. That's what it sounds like they were saying. I know it's not what they were saying, but I'm trying to keep it a family-friendly stream. Very first stream just got authorization yesterday, and we'll be doing a lot more of this. Hopefully going to stream a little bit of today's Cubs game. Not the game itself, but the commentary that I'm going to provide, which is not really going to tell you much about the game. I mean, you can follow along, but I'm here for the emotions of it. I want to make sure that it falls within fair use. I don't want to be given descriptions of the game, but you'll see how I feel about it for sure. Game tonight is at 5:40 Central, 6:40 Eastern. Cubs are playing in Pittsburgh. Where you can stream it, probably on Marquee. If you got some kind of cable package. I don't. I usually go to the bar. Try to get something going though. Want to make sure that we stay true to the intentions of this channel. Oh, go ahead. Oh, appreciate it, sir. Always yield to the pedestrians. It's the way. The sun. Again, coming up on the beach. We'll see if we have anyone brave enough to jump in the lake. I'm sure as heck not. There's a little bit of glass here. Stopping people from jumping in the lake. That might also be fun to watch. You look straight ahead, you can see the Montrose Bird Sanctuary. Lots of good conservation going on here. Let's see if I can. I don't want to go through it. I think there's a path. Yeah, perfect. Oh, Lord have mercy. Christ have mercy. All right, we're gonna slowly go through the puddle here. I thought it was all the sidewalk here, but luckily there's a little bit of dry area for us to maneuver around. Excuse me, sir. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. Here we go. We're gonna try to get over to the oh man, I got a little sand on the tires, but it's okay. We're properly inflated. It shouldn't be that much of a problem. But yeah, it's a beautiful morning. Oh, big bump coming up here. Slowly. Don't have an off-road bike, but don't have a road bike either. I'm just gonna call this. I don't want to go over that curb there and do some gear. Already got some gears that are not gearing right. Now this is where they usually do that thing. In the lake, swim, water's choppy and cold, so I'm not really expecting. Oh yeah, no, it's coming up over the embankment too. There's the most magnificent city in the United States, the Paris on the Prairie, the crown jewel of the Midwest, Chicago, Illinois. And we don't have any swimmers that I see today. It's good news. Probably a little too cold for them swimming today. Something that's about this skyline that just animates me. It makes me proud to be a Chicagoan. No swimmers though. I thought it would be kind of interesting to see one or two people in there, but honestly I'm glad it's not safe for them. That water gets cold all the way until August, to be honest. I don't know how people do it. I mean, especially now, it's only 50, 55 degrees, warming up here a little bit in Chicago. That'll put you on your ass real quick. Once you get out of the water. In the water you're cold, out of the water you're cold. But it's a good thing. That lake view for you. Yeah, we're going to try to get all the way downtown today. We'll see how it goes. See how far we get. Hopefully get down to the museum campus. Now, if I remember correctly, I'm going to have to try to go a little bit more inland after this. There's like a pier. Dock. It's a little inland. So essentially right now I'm going due west. So where I want to go due south. But I gotta loop around this inlet here. So see the nice sun reflections coming off the buildings here. Beautiful day in Chicago. Might have to walk it pretty soon here though, if I remember correctly. Or swim it if I wanted to be real adventurous and stupid. But I forgot my jet skis, so we're gonna have to walk it. Reverse here. All the way around this inlet. But I think it was worth the view. I find that a little interesting. We'll have to check on that later this year, see if anyone starts going once it gets a little warmer. But as I like to say, our friend Timmy will tell. T-I-M-E. There's a view of Chicago to the right here. Let's see if I can swerve so you can get a little bit of it. I think you might just see some angry geese. Yeah. I don't want to antagonize them. Those are the angriest type of Canadian geese. You hear them chirping. Chirping like a moke. We don't want that smoke today. We don't want to file any health insurance claims. That's the goal. Across the blue, nope, today. Like a good neighbor, Jake won't have to get there for us. Plus, we get a beautiful view of the lake here. The sun, some trees, this van. Backtracking you have to do on this. I knew it was going to be substantial, but I forgot exactly how much. It's like a 5-minute detour. But it's not about the destination today. A little bit about the destination, but mostly about the journey. Hydrated. It's coming out mostly as sweat. But we'll hydrate once we plan is to get to a coffee shop around 9, log in, get some work done, probably CTA back over after rush hour. Might take the whole trip and then the bike back, but like I said, only Timmy will tell. Friend this time. Tim E. T-I-M-E. It's an inside joke. Now it's an outside joke because you all know it too. But we're making pretty good time. Good Timmy. We want to get to about 18th Street South. If my geography is correct, we're about 45th north, around this point. Montrose, I think. It's 45 north. So we started around, 79th north? Also, these aren't streets in Chicago, so fun fact about the way they number the grid here in Chicago. So, once you get to about, 18th Street, all the South Streets just retain the number. All the North Streets have names, but they have a corresponding number on the street sign. So you know about how many blocks you are from downtown. Madison Street being the 0 Street. So it's kind of like New York system, except for New York is pretty religious about their numbers until you get down south. Chicago's the other way, going north. How about them apples? I was going to say, how about that? And I thought about the Big Apple and that. Trying to mix them both. Hopefully we don't take too many rocks here. I don't think I've ever gone this path on the bike. You usually walk this. There's a park just south of this golf course on the right that I like to go walking around. This is my first bike ride here of the year, so I'm getting a little bit reacquainted with the old stomping ground. acted smarter, but I did was more. He's going to pass me again pretty soon. He's pretty stacked out. He's got a pretty good rig. I really had no business going to the puddle, but hey, my little tires. These tires are a little loose anyways. I always got to fill them up every so often. So I definitely run the leak somewhere. So I'm well and due for a tune-up here. So I'm okay with riding a little risky. Sunk cost fallacy, whatever. But that's how I'm feeling, okay? Sunk cost. Start. These gears are slipping mad. That's okay. Another thing to mention after tune-up. These tires are rated for gravel, by the way. But you never know what else is in the gravel. There's a little bit of glass. A lot of people like to throw sea glass, or I guess in this case, lake glass in there. It doesn't always end up in the lake. So, some of this gravel's a little larger than probably what the bike wants right now. We'll check your tire in a little bit here. Your tire pressure. Tire pressure. Oh, a lot of words. But, a little wet on that. We'll check the pressure a little bit. We might have to refill some here. But, it's just the price of paying. I'm slipping a little bit here. A little too wet, a little too loose now. Looks like teeth starting up here on the golf course. We're going to get back on the main path. Oh, at least that concrete's a little too narrow for yeah, we'll take the asphalt for a little bit. Set the tire pressure. Might have to fill up the back, I think. That gravel's having a lot of friction. Might have to let that off. But here we go. We're about on same level same level, I guess, north south. However you want to look at it, but we went due west from this point. We'd probably be pretty close to Wrigley. So y'all have an image of where I'm at. We want to go this way. No, we'll go to the gravel. Safe asphalt route. Avoid the gravel for a little bit. Give our tires a break. Want to do a little speed and get down a little further down Lakeshore Drive. The noise is going to increase a little bit here. We're closer to the highway here, Lakeshore Drive, US 41, to Sable. But not too bad this time of morning. A lot of people take this route to go to work, actually. So you might be seeing some people in some interesting outfits. Maybe wearing some suit pants, a t-shirt. I've seen that a couple times. Well, they're wearing whatever they gotta wear to stay dry during the work day. Maybe they got it rolled up in their backpack. The rest of their work ensemble outfit there. Now we're headed back straight due south, just passing 3500 north. Lakeshore Drive is extremely empty. Probably a lot of people taking off today, I would imagine, working from home. As they should, I guess. I won't judge it. If you want to work in the office, you work in the office. If you want to work from home, you work from home. I don't judge. I got my own preferences, but they're not that strong either. At least from the standpoint of quality of life. We're talking about quality of work. I'm one of those guys who thinks, let's be real, work gets a little bit done, a little bit better when people are able to collaborate. Especially in collaborative industries, where you need to talk to people. I think it's a little bit more natural to do it in person than on Teams. But I understand that people have their own lives, People don't want to go in the office, so why force them, right? As long as they get the job done. You got to balance those two needs. So, there's that. That's what I'll say about that. But, we're making some good time now. Probably doing a block a minute, if not a little bit faster. Maybe a block and a half a minute. Might have to take a break soon here. Yeah, we're at 3200 north. It's getting a little bit more crowded out here too. A lot more runners coming along Lincoln Park pretty soon here. Well, technically this whole thing, the park on the other side of Lakeshore Drive is called Lincoln Park. So the whole thing is technically Lincoln Park. But we're entering the Lincoln Park neighborhood as well. Traditionally consider Lincoln Park. We're going to cut off here, turn off here. Maybe I'll take a little break. Rock there. That's what people are paying for, is the lake here. Let's take a look. What do we got here? We got the AIDS Garden Chicago, as the sign says. Hopefully it's not disrespectful to ride your bike along this, but I think it kind of honors the memory, right? All the people we lost to that horrible condition. I'm just going to go ahead and dismount here. This looks like a good place to... Look at that. Beautiful view. In honor of my sister Laurel, with love and admiration for her many contributions contributions to the city of Chicago that raised us. Ian Lipton. Beautiful. Such a beautiful place for a memorial. We got enough battery to get us through. Oh my god, sweat is pouring down from my helmet. We've been out for about an hour. Time is 6:20 Central. So we got about 90 minutes before I gotta start clocking in. So let's boogie down a little bit further south. Alright. Lock loaded. Let's perfect camera angle. Woo. Now, I wouldn't recommend this for most people. Don't ride your bike on this. It gets crowded a lot of times. It's not the safest, but it's so empty this morning. I'm just gonna go for it. It's so beautiful along the lake. I want to give you like a little bit of lake view. Closer to the lake than a little bit quieter. Hear the waves. Less Lakeshore Drive, more waves. We'll yield to anyone who comes along. Morning. Cut over anyway, so we're gonna go over this bridge here. Which one I might as well speed, full speed. Slow. Here comes one of the more iconic views. Driving south down Lakeshore Drive, or riding south on the Lakeshore Bike Trail. Headed 2700 north is what we just passed. We're heading right into the skyline. That iconic Lakeshore Drive skyline. That's why I wanted to position the camera like this. Lincoln Park on the right. Fullerton coming up. Maybe here on the left of the skyline there, that here extending out into the water. You can see it. But we will once we get along this, get past this curve. There we go. Lots of hunters today. Beautiful day. Nice and chill. North. North. Oak Street Beach on the left. Lincoln Park statue on the right. Surrounded by Lincoln Park Zoo, which is surrounded by Lincoln Park. Straight ahead, there's two towers of note. One big black box-looking tower. It's the John Hancock building. Second tallest building in Chicago. Right on Michigan Avenue. The other building, note that weird wavy blue building in the foreground, background I should say. That's called the Wave. Also known as St. Regis. Also known as the tallest tower in the tallest tower in the world, designed by a woman architect here in Chicago. 10. I'm going to take another break. Need to find someplace with water, to be honest. But we'll see. Maybe I'll just drink out of the lake. I'm only partially kidding. Stoplight, I think I'll go for it. Show you this view. Welcome to Chicago. By break, I guess I meant this lake hanging out around here instead of on the path. Got a couple bumps there. Kind of messed up the angle of the camera, but we're back at it. I want to find a good place to sit down and just chill for a second. Gotta be right here. Yeah, beautiful day, it's a beautiful sunrise here on Lake Michigan. Oh my God, I am sweaty. Sweaty, yeah. That is beautiful. It's worth it. Alright, we're gonna get this show on the road a little bit more. Here's a little bit of a Oak Street Beach here, and the famous John Hancock Tower, and the clouds all the way up. There we go. Let's see if we can get back on track. Guy pass before we mount. Okay. Alright. Here we go, back on the Dusty Trail. After that break, feeling a lot more invigorated. The ride feels smoother. I know it's about the same amount of energy going out, but it feels a lot easier. Sometimes that's a metaphor for life, guys. Sometimes you gotta slow down so you can speed up. Check the tire inflation. We're doing pretty good, even though we took all that gravel in there. That's what we like to see in here. Yes. The road's going to get pretty loud here. This is that infamous S-curve on Lakeshore Drive. The speed limit on that's 15 miles per hour, but people take it a lot faster anyways. Kind of dangerous, but hey, hopefully they got good tire traction. Go down the strip, going through Streeterville now. Navy Pier on the left, Streeterville on the right. Fun story about Streeterville. This guy, so a lot of this land that we're on right now was actually Lake Michigan in the past. But Great Chicago Fire happened. A lot of the debris just turned into not sand, but extra land, turned into dirt, rubble pushed into the lake. And then from there was about a sandbank, little sandbar in the water. And this guy, he ran his boat into the sandbar. And he told the we're starting to reach some of the monuments around Soldiers Field. This is the Gold Star Family Monument to fallen Chicago police officers here, which is a good intro to what we came here to talk about. What's going to happen to Soldiers Field in the very near term. Chicago Bears have one of the smallest stadiums in the NFL, and it's a completely outdoor stadium, no dome. And Bears ownership in the NFL doesn't really like that. They want to put a new stadium a little south of the site. The Bears and the NFL is willing to put $2 billion towards that stadium, and they want the city of Chicago to put an additional $2 to $3 billion into it. When it all comes said and done, with the bonds that the city would have to take out, the overall cost would be $7 billion, $5 billion being spent by the city, approximately. I mean, there's always cost overruns in Chicago. You know, stuff like that happens. But factoring all the interest in the bonds and all being said, $5 billion out by the city, $2 by the NFL and Bears. Obviously, the city would get some of that back from fees charged to the Bears out of ticket sale. There's actually, let's take a second, and you can see Soldier Field a little bit from here, but we're gonna move a little into a more advantageous area to see it. But obviously, the Bears want a dome stadium. They want something by the lake. They were playing a hard foot, and they bought a massive get a better deal in the suburbs for it, until the Bears started complaining about the property tax. Once that happened, Arlington Heights said, hey, we got a school district here, we got all these things, all these houses, we want to lower our residential property tax. And Arlington Racetrack was paying a hefty amount of taxes, and we want to keep that tax revenue coming in. So the Bears did not get any deal when it comes to those property taxes. So now they're negotiating with Brandon Johnson, who agreed to that deal. But the rest of the city has to get on board. It's probably going to be an election item, a ballot referendum, to get that approved for that extra $2 or $5 billion, depending on how you want to look at it. Well, let's take a break from talking about the Bears. Let's point out a couple more landmarks here. Right here is the eternal flame of the Special Olympics. First Special Olympics was held here. Let's see if we can get the date. I want to say 1980, if I remember correctly. Well, this flame can actually shoot up to 15 feet high. It was put in 2022 in remembrance of the first Special Olympics, I believe. Let's see if we can get some more info on this plaque. That was the 50th anniversary, and this plaza was put in 2018. So it must have been 50 years before that. Let's see. 1968. Yep, that's when it was. It looks like here at Soldiers Field. Here's the memorial to Soldiers Field. Kind of not coming up good in the light, but it's got a soldier. It looks like a sailor as well, with dual warfare devices. Skyline, and across is the Field Museum. Now, when this was built, the Field Museum was a leftover from one of the World's Fairs, and this was empty. And Chicago wanted to build a stadium, something that could accommodate massive events. They wanted to name it after the soldiers that fought in World War I. So they built Soldiers Field, and none of this right here, none of this, the toilet bowl looking thing, the little blue stuff, none of that was there. I'm gonna walk around, I'll show you what it looks like from the side. So it just started off with these columns. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get around. I think I can walk around this way. That looks gated off. But the original design had this whole northern part that you see right around here. This is all open, so you could see the columns of the Field Museum from inside the stadium. And that was an integral part of the design. I'm actually going to get on the bike again. kind of speed over to where the columns are so you can see. Because this is originally, this is what it looked like, the columns. And the columns were a lot more prominent than they are now. So you might be able to see them now. See those columns? All this part was original. And I think around 2004, 2003, they put the toilet bowl back on it. But this part, this is how it used to look all the way through. With these columns, and then there was seating. But yeah, I'm gonna pull over here and show you this magnificent structure here. But this used to be the feature. These columns here. That used to be the big feature, the big selling point. But in defense of the renovation, the bathrooms were horrible. People were peeing like it was a barn house. There weren't enough urinals for all the people. And there was signs of decay. The seats were uncomfortable. The stadium was pretty much falling apart. Well, it was a landmark. And instead of restoring the landmark, they put that big feature, they put boxes in so that, like the corporate boxes to the stadium. They put those in so they can make more ticket revenue. I think they actually lowered the capacity of seating, but they made the seat a lot more comfortable. So that was one of the trade-offs. More bathrooms, better facilities for the teams, or I guess any of the celebrities who come to play here music-wise. But yeah, now we're coming around the south curve. We're going to be facing east. And from here you'll see a good view of that extension that they built. That kind of extends past the original stadium. So this wall here, that's all original. And there used to be seating all along this ring. Massive seating, over 100,000. Massive events happened here. FDR made a speech during World War II here. Massive religious events. I might be wrong, but I think when Pope John Paul II came to Chicago, I think this is where he might have performed Mass. Don't quote me on that. It might have been a different venue, but I think this is where he did at least one public Mass. We had presidents come here. Rolling Stones were here, probably multiple times, if I'm remembering correctly. Massive concerts. Political rallies. There's stairs coming in from the south. Now, if you look south, you can see that's where the parking lot is. And that's where they want to build the new Dome Stadium. I'll show you the statue. See the guy in the suit over there? Center's right there. That's George Halas, first owner of the Bears. Statue over here, Walter Payton. I don't even have to introduce that man. Everyone knows Walter Payton. Historic football player. And it all curves back around to the lake. Northern Lee Island is over there. That's another story of corrupt Mayor Daley. He, in the middle of the night, without the FAA's permission, what he did was, there used to be an airfield over there. Lots of planes, mostly private. Some direct flights from locations. And the draw was, it's right here in downtown Chicago. You don't have to go from O'Hare or Midway. to get into the city. Save about an hour. Very expensive plane tickets, but Mayor Daley didn't take kindly to that. It was after 9/11. He kind of used security concerns to just justify putting big old X's on the airfield. FAA fined the city of Chicago, I believe, a lot because they didn't ask permission, they just did it. But yeah, you can see that toilet bowl structure that they just added, and all that's seats and boxes. It's actually LEED certified, first LEED certified stadium in the NFL. Maybe it has some more historic designations as well. That's the one that I remember. But yeah, back to Miggs Field. Just put big X's in there. Now there's a pavilion there. It's a like walking path. If we had more time, I'd show you. But yeah, big controversy. Anyone who's played Flight Simulator, though, Flight Simulator started a long time before he came in and destroyed that field, and that was the starting point because it's a beautiful starting point. So people enjoyed it. They put that as the starting field where you first take off and land in Flight Simulator, and to this day, that field's still in Flight Simulator. So Daley couldn't take it away online. But here's a good view of the columns, the original architecture, and if you look over there, you can see the addition. Now, when the addition came in, there was a lot of controversy about the landmark status of Soldiers Field. And because of the additions, the stadium actually lost its landmark status. I believe it's one of the few landmarks to actually lose the status like that. And the thinking behind the removal of the status was, if they didn't remove the status, then that just kind of green lights projects that take away the historical significance of historic landmarks. So in order to preserve the historical significance of landmarks in the future, Soldier Field lost its landmark status. And this right here, and then the one that we went by, but it's a little tight over there. You can't really see the full thing. That's what remains of the original historic stadium. Now imagine seats going all the way up past those columns. I never got to see a game here. I was too young to see a game here while those old seats were in. I heard it was a wonder to take in, especially from the top. It was kind of unbelievable from what I heard, what I hear. I have been to a couple games in the new stadium, and it's just another stadium to me. I mean, the concourse is still amazing. It doesn't get much better than that, but the big old bowl, my family always used to call it the toilet bowl. I honestly, I wish I was old enough to be able to see a real game in there, at least remember what it looked like, without photos. But alas, the city does a pretty good job of maintaining its landmarks, but that one just couldn't be saved. But back to the discussion about what they're doing to it now. They want to tear this whole thing down. They want to put a park in the middle of it, which is fine, I guess. They think that appeases the preservationists who want open space in Chicago for the public. And honestly, I'm not too mad about that part of it. I think that's a good compromise. But one thing people are kind of forgetting is the city of Chicago owes $500 million off the bonds to renovate this from 20 years ago. So the Bears want us, taxpayers of Chicago, to pay off those bonds on a stadium that they used for 20 years. They're not that great of a team. They don't even fill the stands there. But they want a fancy dome stadium when we haven't even paid off the money for the reservation. And then here we go for. I'm gonna calm down a little bit while we pass the Gold Star Family Memorial for the Chicago Police. Calm down a little bit before I get animated. But yeah, they want us to pay an additional $5 billion to pay for a new stadium for them, when at the very least, I think the Bears should be committed to playing in this current stadium until 2032, until the city pays off the debt on this renovation for Soldiers Field that really was driven by the Bears themselves. The Bears organization threatened to leave Soldiers Field at that point unless there was some serious renovations. And the renovations that they did do completely destroyed the landmark status of Soldiers Field from the original Soldiers Field. So, forgive me if I'm a little animated about the Bears organization telling the taxpayers that they should do this, especially after all the malarkey that they played with that acquisition in the middle of the suburbs. I just don't think that it's something the taxpayers of Chicago would benefit from in the long run. There's a lot of things that $5 billion could do in this city. A heck of a lot of things. And I don't think a new stadium should top the list. I don't think that's our priority right now. But, hey, I'm just a guy. I'm just a Chicago taxpayer. You know, I have a modest condo in the city. And I spend a bunch of money at the Jewel, which gets sales revenue, you know, for the city. But I understand that there's other people who might have different opinions. So feel free to say your opinions in the comments or the chat below, and we can have a civil debate about it. I mean, it would be one thing if the Bears were any good, but I don't know. Another factor that kind of plays into this whole debate is the transportation issue. Now, from this bike ride, you wouldn't really be able to tell that it's a monster of a trip to try to get out here from downtown. Traffic is a huge concern. And given the new plans for the stadium, I don't really see that changing. The Metro, they haven't really released a plan to expand or reconfigure the Metro, which I think is something that they ought to have done to the Soldiers Field without a new stadium. Without even putting in a new stadium. I think that's something they should have looked at doing. But they haven't really released a plan to do that. So I don't really see the benefit to the taxpayer to put in a new stadium. Let's see, it looks like we got someone here. Hi, how are you doing? Just gonna check out chat, see if you left anything in there. Don't see anything. Feel free to chat. If you got anything to say, please let me know. I'm definitely here to talk. You start a dialogue about this Cubs, Bears, Chicago, anything you want to talk about. I'm gonna get back on the bike, and we're gonna go closer to the city here. We're gonna go get a good view of Chicago, head back into the city, get to work, close out this Friday, get to the fun weekend. But here we go. Thanks for coming along with me to Soldiers Field so we can discuss these issues. You know? I thought it would be more appropriate to put that's the place that bring it up controversy. Trying to keep track of the Soldiers Field. Got to show off the new site for the stadium. But I want to take a little detour here. And this is honestly, right here is my favorite spot to look at the city. So we're gonna go up this little ramp here. Probably should have walked it, but full send, right? Oh my God, gears are slipping like a moth. But really due for that tune up. Oh my God, another one. Okay, I think one more. Okay, good. But yeah, definitely my favorite view of the city. We're gonna go out, get a view of that planetarium. I don't know. Honestly, now that I think about it, there's so many views of the city, I don't even know what's my favorite anymore. This has got to be top 3. A couple seconds here, we're going to turn around and you'll see it. Yeah, thanks for coming along on this ride. You learned something? Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, let's give you that view of Chicago that you've been waiting for here. From the Shed Aquarium to the Sears Tower to the Aon building, what kind of looks like the old World Trade Center. Trump building, if that's what you're into. Willis Tower, or the Wave. Can't really see the Hancock from here. Well, you can a little bit behind the Wave. And what I call the Sammy Sosa building. I forget what it's actually called, but I just remember Sammy Sosa lived there. Let's get you a view of Navy Pier as well. There's Navy Pier in the background there. And look at the sun. It's all the way up. When we started this, the sun was under the horizon. Now we're here. We're almost in downtown. And got a little bit of, let's go get those steps. Let's go down a step. Ride a little bit. Look at that water. Look at that beauty. Look at that. Look at that skyline go. That's why we wake up early. 5 in the morning. So we can get a view like this before we get to work. Automatic. Let's go for it. Thanks for watching. We're running out of time here, but I hope you enjoyed this morning. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. We're going to try to do this a little bit on a regular basis. Keep it flowing, keep it going. Grab your socks and grab your pet rocks in the morning. We're going to call it BleacherGuyORD in the morning, eh? Something like that. Gotta take it down a couple more levels. But yeah, let's see. We don't have any comments today, but that's okay. We're just getting started. Just got live streaming enabled last night, so I wasn't expecting a whole crowd. Saw a couple people come in and out. That's okay. Feel free to comment and like. Make me, you know, we can talk about anything during these. Anything can happen in Chicago. Talk about anything. Talk about this beautiful, beautiful skyline and this beautiful, beautiful lake. This beautiful, beautiful Navy Pier that's coming up. Beautiful, beautiful pier. Beautiful, beautiful skyline. watching. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for your time this morning, or if you watch this a little bit later. We are going to stream again for the Cubs game. Closer to 6 o'clock, 5:40 Central, 6:40 Eastern for the Cubs game. Hopefully they'll at least a couple innings of live emotion for it. But thanks again. You've been awesome. I hope to see you again here very soon, in the very soon future. Very near future.